Buying a house is not a good investment. Especially if you're building it or if you're doing a mass renovation. It's not a good investment. The reason why is because you will never stop working on it. And it's not an asset until you actually pay it off. So tomorrow is gonna be a real important day because we have a bond auction. Now, the U.S. Treasury has said that they will borrow $776 billion to finish off the last 3 months of the year, and they said in 2024 they will borrow another $816 billion to start the year. We're already at $33 trillion in debt. We've already increased the debt by $1.7 trillion. I think the Republicans has just offered another $14 billion debt relief to go overseas. Joe Biden keeps on giving money away while the American consumer is financially exhausted. The American consumer is financially exhausted, and America seeks to borrow another $776 billion to end October, November, December, and then come back in January and get another $816 billion. This is what they want to do. On top of that, China is not buying bonds. On top of that, the Federal Reserve is cashing out. They not buying bonds. So now you taking another $90 billion out the economy. I want us to understand like what we up against right now, y'all. And this ain't easy, right? I also want us to think about this. The average person right now is spending 2.6% of their disposable income on interest payments for whatever they got going on. We got a 10-year bond that is now staying close to 5%, 4.8, 4.9, 5. It's floating there. I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. This is not the time. So I know all my real estate people gonna really be mad with me right now, right? All our real estate people gonna be mad at me right now, and I promise I'm not saying this against y'all. I got some great friends that do real estate, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Right now ain't the time to be buying no house. On my own, I'm gonna just keep it 100. I done kicked all the contractors out my house. Man, get out my house, man. Don't you put another piece of nothing up, dog. I'm gonna stay just like this, dog. I'm gonna holler at y'all in 2025. I'm good, I got what I need. The house is 90% done on the inside, 97% done on the inside. I ain't got that much furniture in there. I still be sleeping in the basement. My daughter be like, Daddy, when we go? I say, when we get out of the recession. Daddy, we got all this house. When we go? When we get out of the recession. I'm in the bunker. It's real. Bro, what happens is, bro, like, I get it. I get it. I totally understand the idea. So I'm gonna tell all homeowners this, yo. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be, bro, this is so real. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Man, I'm about to get crucified. I'm about to get crucified for this. Buying a house is not a good investment. Buying a house is not a good investment. Especially if you're building it or if you're doing a mass renovation. It's not a good investment. The reason why is because you will never stop working on it. And it's not an asset until you actually pay it off. Not an asset. Now I know all my real estate people gonna come, and I'm cool with that. But I want you to justify to me why at these interest rates in this economy, with the average American making less money, why would this be an economy for somebody to buy a house? You feel me? You feel me? I'm just keeping it 100. I think that for people coming up poor and middle class, that was the standard. Now I gotta buy me a house. And so the people will tell you, like, you paying somebody else rent, you paying somebody else rent, you paying somebody else rent. All right, cool. So what? They're responsible for fixing it. Go rent you a house that you really like, and then you go get rental property. I'm telling y'all. Again, in this current environment that we in, with the housing market the way it is, with inflation the way it is, with the average household, with the United States, with the debt, you're supposed to still rock with it. It's only my personal opinion. Definitely don't want you to change your opinion for me. But 1.7 trillion in household debt. The average person right now is making 20% less than what the average house note is. These ain't my data. This data that come from the people, the sources. Right? How can you justify telling somebody to buy a house in this market? How? And I know what the rebuttal gonna be. If not now, then when? Easy. When we get out of war, when the inflation goes down, that's when. When lumber gets a little cheaper, when credit card debt go down. Well, how do we know when that's gonna go down? Well, we know one thing. With all these geopolitical things in the world right now, we know one thing. It ain't going. I just don't think that it's the best time to be telling our people to go buy homes, stretching them. That's all I think. I'll get off of it. So somebody said, what if rates keep going up? Well, it got to come down at some point. It got to come down. That's the thing. That is exactly why this ain't the right time. What if rates keep going up? Okay, cool. If rates keep going up, you stay your butt on the sideline. You stack your bread, you get your stuff right, because guess what's gonna happen? The market gotta come back down. We gotta understand the cycle. The rates gotta come down. Inflation it may not be this. We may not never get back to 2% no more. We're gonna get to 3%. The war gotta stop at some point. Gas gotta go down at some point. Inflation gotta go down. Watch this. Why are you so impatient? Why are we so impatient? You know why we so impatient? Because we still be in survival mode. When the people who really build wealth in America, they play the long game. They play the long game. So, Trap, all right, well, here's what's going to happen. If rates keep going up, eventually the bubble going to have to pop. And once the bubble pops, now you're in prime position. Why are you in prime position? Because I just been sitting on my money. Most people who are going to try to buy a house right now, guess what? They putting themselves in a bind. Man, they putting themselves in a bind because they like, yo, I want to buy a house, I want to buy a house, I want to buy a house. They putting themselves in such of a bind to buy a house, and then you get in the house, guess what? Now you want new furniture because you don't want the same furniture. You want new furniture. And guess what? Now you can't call the landlord to fix it. And I promise you, plumbing costs a little more when you got to do it. I promise you, electricity You turn them lights off. Promise you. Or you fancy, you got a pool. Guess what? The biggest gulper of buying a house. You got a pool? Gulp. You feel me? Oh, now you got taxes. Oh, you want a multi-million-dollar house. Guess what? Them taxes start at $15,000. The people with $30,000. I say, where'd this come from? Welcome to the million. What? You feel me? So for me, it's saying, bruh, you want to buy a house? Cool. Guess what? Stack your bread up. This is the perfect time to stack your bread up. You know why? Because everybody that's selling their house, guess what they doing? A lot of people that's selling their house right now, guess what they going to do? They downsizing. They going downsize. They taking the cash. They going downsize. They like, boy, and guess what they doing when they downsizing? They downsizing and they selling at premium price. So that's a win-win for them. They selling at premium price and they downsizing. They winning. Now here you come. And guess what? You go buy one of them big houses, that ain't the same. That electricity ain't the same. You know why? Because you got to fill this big ass house up now. You won't be fancy. You got 14-foot ceilings, huh? Yeah, they done sold you on that. They done sold you on that. Oh, we got 18-foot ceilings. Oh, I like that. They don't tell you when you put the thermometer on, it says 3 hours. 3 hours for what? To fill it up. 3 hours? I just went 1 degree. Electricity a little different. Look. Somebody said I paid $120 for a house. I put $80K in a renovation. Now it's worth $300K. I'm getting 4 bands a month Airbnb. Chill out, Trap. You feel me? If you that interested in going buy a house, guess what? Instead of making your first house the house you live in, go buy you a duplex or something to go do something with. Or go buy you something you can Airbnb with. Go get cash rep. Go get cash flow before you talk about I won't sleep in it. I wanted to sleep in. You're going to be sleeping in there in airbags.
My community, Trappers Anonymous, is 100% the greatest fundamental investing community on the market. Listen, your portfolio should be a masterpiece. And the only way we get you there is if we help you to learn how to invest with confidence. Now listen, I get it. Like you don't know a lot about stocks, or maybe you've heard people say how much money they lost in stocks, but I can guarantee you, 1, because they weren't in the community, and 2, they lack the information. Our goal in Trappers Anonymous is to help you, really to hold your hand on the journey to becoming a confident investor, learning how to navigate through the different events that the stock market goes through to take you from panic to encouragement. There's no better time than now. This is an opportunity only for those who are willing to be on the journey. So listen, man, click the link below. Come join me in Trappers Anonymous, man. I will see you in one of our many classes, whether it's Moat Monday, whether it's the 2-hour class we do on Sunday, or whether it's just a book club. Everything is geared toward making you a better investor so you can triple your net worth and turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wallstreet Trapper. See you in the trap.
Google paid Apple billions of dollars to be in the trap. So this is how that goes. So Apple has 1.5 billion users across all platforms. This is amazing. Across the world, Apple has 1.5 billion users. That is free game. Here's the thing I want you to understand. Everything in America is for sale. Everything in America is for sale. Everything. Even with the biggest company on the market. Guess what? Google said we are the search engine. We want to be known for the search engine. We understand that you got a block full of potential candidates. I would like to have a piece of that. So in 2016, Google pays Apple $23 billion. Apple said, bet, you want it, you got it. Guess what? That's a 30% premium on that. Apple said, it's not a problem with me. This money that I don't got to even worry about, right? So Google is now the default search engine. I don't even want to be, I just want to be the default search engine. Just the default search engine, right? But Google right now is going to trial. Google on trial right now for being the most dominant search engine and having conditions in play where other competitors can't get market share. Right? That's what they're on trial for. So back in 2018, 2019, Google and Apple said, yo, this is a sweet deal. We can do this again. So they drop another 20-something billion on them. And then Apple said, check this out. Man, you can just hit me with $9 billion a year, fam. Google said, say less. $9 billion a year to, I ain't tripping. Mind you, Apple still have their own search, which is Safari. So it's not even saying you my primary search engine. I just want to be the default. Like I still know you're gonna do what you do. I just want to be the default search engine. Just default. So while we always arguing about Apple, Android, this phone better than that phone, my sole question to you is, do you own the stock? Because what we do see is that they are in cahoots to make sure they get our money. They in cahoots to make sure they get our money. Because even if you got the Apple, you still what? You're going to Google search. So let's just make sure. You know what that's like, Jose? You know what that's like? That's like hustling. Oh, this is good, Jose. Watch this. That's like hustling on a block and dying for it, and you don't own it. You repping the hood, but you don't own a house. You just pay rent. It's my hood. Feel me? What? My grandma here, my mom in there. This is my hood. I'll die for this set. All other sets is weak. Cause this is my set. What house you own? None. Now one of them. I don't own now one of them. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 100. I was guilty. I was guilty of both. I was guilty of the set tripping and the iPhone tripping. I'm guilty. Until you come to the realization when you see, and the crazy part was I knew this already. I done said this a year ago. But today, for some reason, it clicked like, bruh, man, these people making billions of dollars. Man, I don't care what phone you got, bro. You own the stock? Do you own the stock? If you don't own the stock, now I'm mad at you. Because you keep buying a phone. You ain't own, go buy some of the stock, bruh. And we all right. And we all right. So, to all my Google people, I want to come to you today and say, I apologize. I apologize for being a Saul. That went over your head, Jose. I apologize for being the Android killer. I apologize for being the green dot slayer. I apologize. Kumbaya. Can we all just get along? Because they all getting our money. Billions of dollars of it. So Jose, today I waved the green flag, the money flag. Let's just get money together, y'all.